28 years later's new trilogy already has the perfect replacement director after Danny Boyle. When news broke that 28 years later was finally moving forward, fans of Danny Boyle's original zombie horror masterpiece 28 Days Later were thrilled. Even more exciting, Boyle and screenwriter Alex Garland were returning to launch the trilogy. But as quickly as hope returned, rumors began circulating that Boyle may not direct all 3 films. If Boyle is stepping aside after the first installment, the franchise might be in need of fresh blood behind the camera, and it turns out, the perfect director to carry on his legacy already exists. Danny Boyle's vision. Hard to follow, but not impossible. Danny Boyle's direction in 28 Days Later helped revolutionize the modern zombie genre. The film's gritty, low-fi aesthetic, haunting quietness, and stark humanism stood in sharp contrast to the polished action horror of the time. More importantly, it created a deeply emotional and intimate apocalyptic story that resonated beyond gore and chaos. Following that with 28 Weeks Later, which Boyle produced but did not direct, Juan Carlos Fresnadillo brought a more action-heavy but still chilling perspective to the sequel. The new trilogy aims to expand the story even further, with 28 years later launching what's reportedly a 3-part epic. Boyle is confirmed for the first film, but whether he returns for the second and third remains unclear. And if he doesn't, the franchise will need someone who can honor his stylistic DNA while pushing the narrative forward. The ideal successor, Gareth Evans. If there's one filmmaker who can seamlessly take the reins from Danny Boyle while injecting a fresh but faithful energy into the 28 universe, it's Gareth Evans. Best known for The Raid and Apostle, Evans has already proven himself a master of brutal, grounded action and eerie, slow-building horror, precisely the tone 28 years later needs as it explores the aftermath of decades of infection. Why Evans is a natural fit. Gareth Evans has a gift for visceral storytelling. His breakout film The Raid is a landmark in modern action cinema, celebrated for its relentless pacing, practical stunts, and claustrophobic intensity. But it's his horror thriller Apostle that really makes the case for his involvement in the 28 trilogy. That film delivered a slow-burn dread soaked in atmosphere, desperation, and violence, all wrapped around a deeply personal journey, not unlike Boyle's work on 28 Days Later. Evans also understands how to marry kinetic movement with emotional weight. In a franchise where survival often comes down to split-second decisions and human failures, this balance is crucial. He wouldn't just give the trilogy intensity, he'd give it heart. A shared language, grit, realism, and chaos. Danny Boyle's camera in 28 Days Later was handheld, raw, often ugly. He made London look like a war zone of the soul, not just the streets. Gareth Evans has a similar eye. He embraces imperfections and chaos in his frames. He doesn't chase gloss, he chases impact. The 28 films aren't about sleek zombie kills, they're about raw survival. They live in the dirt, the blood, the panic of the moment. Evans can elevate that with his gift for choreography and tension, bringing new momentum while keeping the world grounded. Honoring the old, building the new. One of the challenges of continuing the 28 legacy is the need to both respect the original vision and evolve it. The infection has been around for nearly 3 decades now in the timeline. That opens the door for themes of societal reconstruction, generational trauma, and moral rot, exactly the kind of complex territory Evans isn't afraid to explore. In Apostle, for example, the conflict wasn't just about monsters or madness, it was about belief systems and the psychological decay they can bring. In a post-rage virus world, such themes could find powerful new life. Evans could push 28 years later beyond just survival horror and into philosophical horror, all while keeping the action brutal and beautiful. Other contenders, but none quite like him. There are, of course,